Ho ho, me hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. I thought we'd pop up and say hi. It's Tuesday night, nothing gets past me, and it's 5 minutes to 9 in the evening. And I thought to myself, why don't we all get together? I don't know what the weather's like with you, but in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, it's an absolute shambles. Wind and rain like you've never seen it. So there you are. So do come and join us. You're very, very welcome. Lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo to you. Now, who have we got here? Let's just sort out this wee guy. And he goes away doing the swanny right away. For fabulous, fabulous. That's the end of that. Right. Good. There we are. Best to get things sorted out at the start, aren't you? Always best to do that. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. A very good evening to you. Dinky-Doo, you're watching Scottie McClue. Hashtag floaty. Dinky-Doo, it's all about us. Follow us as soon as you can. What does your badge say? Can you see my badge? It's Scottie McClue says Dinky-Doo. Is it the right way round for you? There you have it. Fantastic. That's what we like. It's Dreich outside tonight, Scottie. Peter, it's very dreich. Remember, if you're coming on, guys, tell us where you're watching from. Always glad to find out, because we are a global show, so you could be anywhere in the world. Isn't that amazing? Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. WK. There we are. We like that. Just join us on the YouTube as well, of course. Give us a thumbs up and pop over and subscribe as well. Very important. The YouTube, the best kept secret. Norway. Miradom. Norway. Norway. Fantastic. That's lovely. Hello from Kiribati. Lovely to have you with us, Kiribati. Good night to you from Ireland. A very good night to you, sir. Lovely to have you with us as well. Hi, Scottie. Hope you're well. We're watching from Motherwell. Margie, we love you in Motherwell. And anyway, thanks for the correct spelling, Peter. Quite right. Yes, Peter will look after you on here. I can tell you for nothing. Get following, guys. Hello, Scottie. It's been a long time. Lachmar. It's been a very long time. Lachmar, tell us where you're watching from. What's your net worth? My net worth, last time I checked, was over 20 quid. So it's pretty good stuff. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. My cousin Bahati is here. Can you give him a shout out? He loves you. Of course we can. Hey, Scotland. Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us from Scotland. And a big dinky-doo to you. Tell us where you're from when you're coming on, guys. And get following. I'm watching from Leeds, says Lachmar. I hope you're well. Lachmar, we love Leeds. Fantastic part of the world. Get following, guys. If you're watching right now, up to the top left, press the plus. That's what it's about. David Ferguson's on from Greenock. And Manchester saying hello. Gyro Wheel, we love you in Manchester, saying hello. And Dinky-Doo, tremendous stuff. Super stuff. Now, we seem to have lost the old TikTok, so let's just see what's happening here on the TikTok. I say to you, very, very strange. Not the usual stuff. We can usually see what's happening. Right. We'll see. It'll maybe come back. I'll do that, and I'll do that. And then we'll see if we can get you back on the TikTok, guys. There we have it. Oh, my goodness me. Very, very strange. Let's see if we can sort out the TikTok. Don't know what's wrong here. Let's see if we can sort this out. Oi. TikTok. We from the TikTok. Let's see if we can sort that for you guys. Let's get that one down. That's wonderful. Now, see what's happened here with the old TikTok. Very, very strange. Right, we'll get that sorted. Dinky-Doo, Scottie says, happy tunes. Hello, happy tunes. How lovely to have you with us. And welcome, welcome. Our TikTok has just disappeared on us. So I'm going to see if we can get them back, see what's actually happening here. Happening, big man. That's what everybody says. Welcome, welcome. If you've just joined us, get subscribing if you're on the old YouTube. There we are. And we'll see if we can get the TikTokers back for us. Very, very unusual happening that. All right. Mm-hmm. We will do. We shall manage. We've done it before. We can do it again. That's what I always say. There we have it. All right. I'll see if I can get that sorted out. Now, if you're on the old YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue. This is the world's top talk show. Big stuff. And we like to know where everyone's from so we can get started. So much to talk about and so little time to do it in. If you can do all the sharing, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live just for you saying Dinky-Doo. That would be amazing. Right. We seem to be back up, I say. So that's wonderful. And we'll just do that. And we'll go live again. Wonderful. Excellent. Get everybody back on the old TikTok. So I don't know what went wrong there. Very, very strange. But these things happen. You know, this is live broadcasting for you, live streaming. A few people know I'm in the Falkirk area. Says VJ, we love you in the Falkirk area. Thank you so much for joining us. Dinky-Doo. Right, the TikTokers are getting their act back together, so they should join us very, very soon. We like to stream on TikTok and YouTube. It seems to be the most popular format for the show. Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Tom. Lovely to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. It might even be the weather has knocked something out because the weather is absolutely foul. And I'm not being nasty to the weather. It's just we have foul weather tonight on the 31st of January. Tom says, good evening. Where are you from, Tom? Do tell us. Big Scottie McClue. Yes, tell us where you're from. Don't just put your message in. Tell us where you're from. We want to know because we are a global show. Fantastic. And we just lost you all there. So we need to get you back. That's what it's about. As YouTube become more popular than TikTok, no, we create, well, my YouTube is very popular, but it's also the world's best kept secret. TikTok for me is absolutely huge. So there we are. We've got, I think, 27,000 followers. So 27,000 or 23,000 followers and 80,000 likes. So I think that's rather nice. And Dinky-Doo to you. Now, we don't mention other broadcasters, Bri, so let's get your act together. Mini rolls or Jaffa cakes, both. Always fantastic. Now, so we create, I just want to see the two building up side by side. But we had thousands watching the other night. It was fantastic. There were, hello, young man. Marco, hello, Marco. Remember to tell us where you're from. Guys, if you're putting a comment on TikTok, remember always to tell us where you're from. Right? Very, very important. Tom's just joined us. Lovely to have you with us. We create, yes, I'll view through this. No, we create, never delete anything. I would have both up because we pop up random on the other one. From Knightswood, says Bri, we love it from Knightswood. Dinky-Doo. Fantastic. Stephen's just joined us. Welcome, 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 I say. Hello, pal. Good to see you from Mary Hill. Thomas, we love Mary Hill. Excellent. What a beautiful part of the world, the Mary Hill. Of course, you know, Mary Hill was a real lady. She was Mr. Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter, the landowner. Listening from Bella Houston's wee park, Bobby. We love Bella Houston as well. She was real as well. So there we are. I have something to show you. I'll email it to you through your site. We create. I thank you very much indeed. I'm surprised at you deleting anything. So there. Oh, I see what you mean. We create. If you've got strong opinions, some people don't like it. And also if you tell the truth a lot, you know, that's fantastic. Bri's having a beer in a Lincoln pub. Isn't that amazing? I'm having a cup of tea in Scotland. Oh, that's beautiful. There we are. Scaramanga says, all right, Scotty man. All right, Scaramanga. Good. Have you ever had a fight? Well, I never need to, my Jones. So there you are. Nobody would risk it. Good evening, Scotty Dinky-Doo. Good evening, Danny Dinky-Doo. Danny's sending me red roses. Is that not just fantastic? It's been a while, Scotty. Scaramanga, it's been too long. Don't you leave it so long next time. That's what I say, Joe. It's been far too long. Do you remember me? Of course we remember you, Scaramanga. Anyone got tips on web? I've only watched an hour and a 3-hour tutorial, and I'm keen to hear hints and tips. Tell us more, VJ. There we are. We need to find out a bit more about what you're talking about. A lot of people won't know what it is, including me. Finlay says, I'm listening to you today from the International Space Station, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Finlay. Lovely to have you back with us, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all my gifts and roses, guys. Just incredible. Who's your favorite Bond baddie? Well, Scaramanga's up there. Was that not Chris Lee that played that one, I think? I'm trying to remember. There we are, but definitely up there. There's no doubt about that. Guys, send your TikTok wrong. Where's Kareem, says Finlay? Well, he's not on tonight, Finlay, but he's not been terribly well, the poor thing. So there you go. What's the weather like where you are, Finlay? Says F document. Well, I don't know where Finlay is, but the weather in the west of Scotland tonight is really quite foul. Very cold, very windy, and very wet. Isn't that wonderful? There we are. Finlay, we'll just report that message. We'll hide that message. There we are. We'll put you in timeout, Finlay, for using a naughty word. There we have it. Wonderful stuff. Now then, I remember 3 hours of Stovey's Recipes discussion on Scott FM. It was bliss. Absolutely. Hi, Scotty, says John. Hi, John. Lovely to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo. Tremendous. Can I have another 20 followers, please? We need to get the following going. I spoke that some of the mentions of broadcaster helped me through my struggles, particularly fitness. I was blocked for hateful ideology. How very strange we create. Now, you've got to watch. Sometimes they're a bit sensitive about that. So there we are. Scaramanga, enough, right? We don't do that. We don't have fights on here, or I'll have to send the two of you down the Swanee. Already I had to put Finlay into the naughty stool for a few minutes. So there we go. Scott FM, Bobby, was definitely the one. There's no doubt about it. Lots and lots of new videos for you on the TikTok channel as well. And if you can spread the word about the YouTube channel. There was a joke, Scotty, relax. I know Scaramanga, but these things start off as a joke, and then you start the argy-bargy, and then we end up with a wee problem, and we don't want that. So chill, everybody. It just depends. You've got to watch the key words as well. Tom has sent me 5 beautiful TikToks. Thank you, Tom. You've now got a #1 gifter badge. Isn't that beautiful? We absolutely love it. Fantastic stuff. Now, more followers, please, guys. As many as you can following. I'm only using some bullets, so it's okay. We know Scaramanga. Happy Tunes, Dinky-Doo. There we are. He's retracted his message. I don't know what Happy Tunes was coming in with. Now then. Weekly says, sorry. Yes, absolutely, yes. You don't want to be getting us all flung off here. So there we go. Scotty, do you collab? Says Pinkman. Well, you can phone me. We might even open the phone lines later. My understanding, the current most utilized web creation tool in web creation learning would be keen to hear hints from people more proficient in the programming language. Right, VJ? You're talking, as far as I'm concerned, double Dutch. There we are. Good evening, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, Nikki. So glad that you could join us. Guys, when you're coming on and saying good evening, always put where you are from. It's very important. F Document says, I work in graphic design and marketing, Scotty. I must say, well, we can't say that, F Document, because we're live on it, and we'd get banned. Can you see what I'm saying? There we are. Now, the quality content is a huge value because I'm on it. I'm from London. Sherrick, dinky-doo. There we are. Good evening from Ireland, although I have been told I'm the best quality content on it. There you have it. Now, VJ, you need to loop through that array. Absolutely, Scaramanga. Who's going to win the Calcutta Cup, Scotty? Well, if I tell you, the television companies won't be happy. So I need to be nice and quiet. That's what it's all about, I see. Now then, what's happening tonight? We seem to have a wee problem, guys, tonight. I think I'm going to have to, again, restart the TikTok. Will you all still be with me? Will you be able to scroll if I disappear and we start again? Very, very strange. So we'll end that, right? And just stay with us. Yes, and we'll pop up yet again, I say to you. Very, very weird tonight. It just is kind of pot luck, isn't it? If the internet goes a bit dodgy. Right, that's us going live again, so we'll see what gives this time, I say to you. You could do for each row in a table, VJ. Scaramanga, we don't know what's happening here. We don't know this language. So there we have. So let's have this discussion somewhere else. Angela's just joined us. Dinky-Doo, Angela. Lovely to have you with us. Always tell us where you're from when you're coming on. I have to gain an understanding of the term array before I could look up array. Right, VJ, that's enough, or we'll have an affray. Oh, see what I just did there. How dinky-doo is that? JD Donnelly has just joined us. Welcome, JD. So lovely that you could make it, I say to you. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Finley says, Scotty, tell these people to rein it in, please. I was on every day during lockdown. Finley, you were. And you were very good. But we had to put you on the naughty stool there because, and the lockdown thing was huge. Absolutely huge. So there we go. Incredible stuff. And that, of course, is when we really built up the old TikTok. Everybody started coming on for the chit-chat. Dinky-Doo, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Craig. How lovely that you could join us. Where are you from, Craig? Guys, if you're coming on TikTok, follow me. And also remember to tell us where you're watching from. We love that. Now, it might actually be an innumerable, says Scaramanga. I don't know, Scaramanga. Is it divisible by 9? Craig's from Ayrshire. We love that. We just love seeing the places and seeing where everybody's from, Craig. That's kind of what it's about. Everybody's joining us now. Last comment from me on the subject. I'd love to find out where I could find tips from Scaramanga, or maybe he'll be in touch with you. How long's the weather going to be like this? I reckon another 5 to 6 weeks, Scaramanga, and we'll get a break. By my calculations, we just had poor weather for September, October, November, December, for January. 5 months of poor weather. So apart from that, everything's dinky-doo. Derbyshire, Milton Keynes, says Jamie. We love it, Jamie. Dinky-doo from Milton Keynes. When's the snow coming? Well, we've had some snow. Usually get snow up to the second week in March. And I've even had, I can remember when I lived in Perthshire, in Pitlochry, we had snow in early April. So that wasn't bad. There you go. So it's Scotland is very seasonal. You get maybe about 3 months of reasonable weather. You can actually put your nose out the door. Get following, guys, as soon as you can. Thank you for following on the TikTok. Tremendous stuff. Could be database rows or prior input. We create, absolutely, is it divisible by 9? We get the snow in Bishop Riggs all year round. So Scaramanga, we love Bishop Riggs. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, can you give me a thumbs up? Down to your bottom left, you'll see a wee thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Nottingham, says Angela. Hi, Scotty. Looking good, pal. Frae Greenock, Robert. Lovely to have you with us, Frae Greenock, a branch of the green oak tree. That's what it's all about. Now, Let me check here. I'm just seeing who's subscribed on the YouTube, because we can do with right. So we need 6 of you watching on YouTube to go and click the subscribe button. It's 100% free, guys, just so that you know. You'll never, ever, ever get charged for watching Scottie McClue. There we are. Hello, Barry. Dinky-Doo. Can you mind the wee song, There Was a Wee Cooper? Jay Hammond, of course I can. There was a wee Cooper who lived in Fife, nickety-nackety, noo-noo-noo, and he has gotten a gentle wife. Hamely wackety ho, John Dougal, alone corushity, roo-roo-roo. Dark as Lanarkshire here? Absolutely. JD, Lanarkshire's never dark. There we go. Always beautiful stuff. Now, can you get up, guys, and click the plus sign for follow? Very, very important. It's too much to ask. Jan sent me a red rose. Thank you, Jan. That's beautiful. Pete's just joined us. Where have you joined us from, Pete? Do tell. Hi, Fee Dundee, says Jordan. Dundee, aim sterving. Aim off for a pay. Fantastic. Fantastic rendition, sir. Did you like that one, Jay? We always like a wee Scottish song. Doesn't do us any harm. Jerry's joined us. Jerry, #1 van driver in Scotland and the West. Clydebank, hi, Scotty. #1 show, best in Scotland. Jerry, so lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo. We just thought we'd pop up, Jerry, because the weather's so miserable tonight. And people need a wee bit of cheery uppy. That's what I say. You have a wild card in that, says Scaramanga. Absolutely, yes. Try your wild card. That's what it's all about. I love you, Scots, Mainstream, Bonnie Dundee. 'Twas the Lords of Convention up Claverhouse smoke. Ere the king's crown did go down, there are crowns to be broke. But brave Dooney Wassel, 1,000 times 3, cries high for the bonnets of Bonnie Dundee. Hi, it's Brendan from County Down in Northern Ireland. Brendan, we're loving having you with us from County Down in Northern Ireland. Can everybody share this? How old are you, Scotty? I am a time traveler, Scaramanga. So we think I'm between 1 million and 2 million years old. How about that? Fantastic. We Create is with us. That's it. How's it going? Yes, tell us where you're from. What's happening, brother? User 127, tell us where you're from. We love everybody joining us and telling us where they're from. That's what it's about, big style. And if you're watching on the TikTok, lots of lovely videos for you. Never scroll, never troll. And this is TikTok's top talk show, as you very well know. And please get liking and do follow us. You've not seen the last of my bonnets and me. That's the last one. So proud Whigs, isn't it? And then there's Let Us Go Free from Drumna Drocket, R-A-W. I love Drumna Drocket. Yes, a fine part of the world. I've got friends in Drumna Drocket. I'll bet you'd know them. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Everybody's now started following. Very much appreciated. I thank you. Bring back the phone in. Absolute class from Motherwell. Well, we've got it back. Saturday nights, 9 o'clock sharp on here. I'm from Aberdour in Fife, Ken. I forgot to mention Aberdour when we were mentioning Fife, Ken. Fantastic. I heard a rumour Scott FM's making a return. Well, if it is, I'm up for it, I tell you. Guys, I can recommend that tea. It's gorgeous. The comet's coming near the Earth soon. The comet was built in 1812. She's in Port Glasgow. Scottie McCLUE FM. Yes, that would be the way to do it. Has anybody subscribed? I told you we need some subscribers on the YouTube channel, guys. Let's see if anybody's taken me up on my kind offer. There we go. Right. 6 of you, 6 watching, subscribe on the YouTube and tell me when you've done it, and then I'll know where to look. What's your favorite meal? I do like the mince and tatties and the haggis, neeps and tatties and the fish supper. Scotty, can you shout me out? I'm a big fan. I'm in Scotland till I die. I tattooed my sister's forehead last week. Darren, you mustn't do that unless maybe you're a tattoo artist with a flag. Woo! We like that, a flag. What's the miniature car behind you, Scotty? Is a ladder. We loved ladders. I like them. Wonderful car. That one is a P38 Range Rover. So there you are. So read that and weep. F document. Fantastic stuff. If you've just joined us, guys, do tell us. Very, very important. Let us know what is what and get following as soon as you can. I missed that. What was your favourite meal? Scaramanga, the mince and tatties, mince and potatoes, a plate of Scotch broth to start with, and then for a pudding, a steamed pudding and custard. There. Oh, stop! We love it. Absolutely fantastic. Lol. Lol. Says we create tremendous stuff. Tell 10 to tell 10. That's what it's about. Guys, remember, if you're coming on, tell us where you're watching from on the old TikTok. Now, thingamajig, Scotty, remember that at the Bells, all the stars. Moira Anderson. Where were those days? Jerry. Moira Anderson. Andy Stewart. The Alexander brothers. Chick Murray. Who else did we have on? Will Starr on the accordion. We had Will Starr. Who else did we have on? The dancers. Yes, the Bruce McClure dancers. Who else used to come on? Jimmy Shand and his band. Outstanding. Ian Powery on the fiddle. Outstanding. Who else came on for a wee chat? Johnny Beattie. Johnny Beattie would come and host some of the programs. The wonderful Jack McLaughlin. The Laird of Cookhaddens. These were just great, great, great programs. Duncan McCrae. John Grieve. Who else would come on at the new year? Ali Bean and Phil Cunningham. Outstanding. Just wonderful, wonderful stuff. This is the best finish to a rough day, says we create. We create. It's such a privilege for me to pop up and say hi. We're only up for a few minutes just to see how everybody is getting on and say hi. So there we are. Duncan McCrae has passed away, Scaramanga. Yes, so you've got that a bit wrong, I can tell you. There we are. John Duncan McCrae, wonderful Scottish actor, brought theatre to the people. Ricky Fulton and Jack Milroy. That's in the Belfry. Now you are talking. Ricky Fulton and Jack Milroy. There we are. Gotta love Phil and Ali. Absolutely. Good evening from Abram Hill in Cumbernauld. We love it. Good evening, Scotty from Hamilton. So glad you could join us, Hamilton. You're always welcome. This is amazing. Great days, Scotty. Great to remember them all. I enjoyed your show in Hogmanay Bash. Maybe greater. Better for next year, #1. Jerry, I wish you'd heard the radio shows when we used to play all the Scottish music. And we did all the chat as well. And I don't understand why they don't put me on at New Year. There we are. That would give you a show and a half. I could go back to 1984. Andy Stewart, Robbie Shepherd. Robbie Shepherd, Take the Floor. There we are. Fantastic. Do you ever do bum suppers, Scotty? Scaramanga, I do bum suppers till they're coming out my ears. There we are. Yes, indeed. Very popular. Toast to the lassies. The immortal memory of Robert Buns. That's Scotty McClue. Where do you reside now, Scotty? I reside, Aaron, in the west of Scotland. There you are. Now it's Kenneth McKellar. Chris, how could I forget my favourite singer of all time, Kenneth McKellar? Bill McClue, another great friend of mine. Lovely man. The Alexander brothers, well, we did say them. Good old Englishman. I say old boy, S-Mac old boy. There we are, good old Scotsman. And who else have we got? Anne and Laura Brand. Can anybody go back to that? Aboon Sweet Rothsea Bay. There we are. They were amazing. That narrows it down. Fantastic. Yes, it was just amazing. When I think back, all these wonderful people, and they were great stars. Did you ever listen to Men at Work? Of course I did, Scaramanga. The Reverend Jolly, wonderful Ricky Fulton as the Reverend I Am Jolly. Can you remember the original one? It wasn't the Reverend I Am Jolly in those days. Are you from Ayr then, Scotty? A wee bit further up the road? Great. Yes, absolutely. Can you sing Apache? Jerry, I have taught people to speak North American Native Indian in 3 weeks. I told a lady I would do that for her. She said, how? I said, you're picking it up already. Lulu, absolutely. We loved Lulu on. Can you say, there'll be a murder? So there we are. Yes, indeed. Taggart, wonderful. I used to see him when I worked at Scottish Television. I used to see Mark McManus in the morning. Fantastic guy, lovely man. And then the wonderful Alex Norton took over the role. Much love from Liverpool, Scotty, from Aaron and Joe. Dinky-Doo, you too. We love Liverpool. Scotty McClue might come back to Liverpool, guys. Dundee cake with hot custard, says Jay. Jay, stop. Oh, it'll be beautiful. I'll tell you a man that loved his Dundee cake, Winston Churchill. Yes, what about him? Incredible. Rapsy Nisbet. Yeah, do you remember that? Used to get Rapsy Nisbet on. Oh, that's lush. Jerry's laughing away here. Fantastic. So anybody got that one? Who the original Reverend I Am Jolly that Ricky first did? I don't know how many times he did it, and then it became the Reverend I Am Jolly. Guys, can I get more followers on the TikTok, please? Sometimes the followers are a bit pathetic at following. If you're watching, you should be following. We should have millions by now. Right, have I had whiskey in that cup? Scaramanga, you know I don't drink alcohol any longer. Who have we got? Right. I still need 6 of you on YouTube to go and subscribe and tell me when you've done it. Can I get a hooray for Aidan? Yes, you can. Scotty, I hope you're well. Is it Girvan, Scotty? No, further up the coast. There we have it. That's what it's about. John Boy has followed. Thank you, John Boy. Fantastic. Yes, so good of you. Guys, every single one of you that follows, I'll give you a shout out. Great cup, Scotty. You are the boss. I am the boss. It's like that lovely old joke when the guy says, look, I'm the boss and you're nobody. And the other guy goes, I'm nobody? Okay, so you are the boss of nobody. Have you tried Cranachan? Oh, Jay, tried Cranachan till it's coming out my ears, metaphorically speaking. Maybole. We love Maybole in Ayrshire with the old castle. I think there was a radio station started in Maybole Castle, round about maybe, I don't know, 1980, something like that. 1979, 1980. Right, guys, I need some subscribers. If you're watching YouTube right now, please subscribe. It's not too much to ask, and it's free. It's free. It makes no difference to you, but it would be a great help to me. Somebody's just subscribed. Who's subscribed? Come on, fess up. Fire Engine Jen has subscribed. Fire Engine Jen, brilliant. There's no Aberdeen, is it, Scotty? No GRB. No, it's much further down than Aberdeen. What's your YouTube channel? Well, the best way to describe it is www.youtube.com/Scottie McClue, SCOTTIE McCLUE. And if you can find that, guys, it's the world's best kept secret, right? So we need to build up the subscribers because we do a live show on it on a Saturday night and the world needs to know. So what I need is 5 of you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Scottie McClue, Voice of the World Radio Talk Show. Yes, just put that in. How old is your cap? It must be getting on for 30 years now, because Scottie McClue's 30 years in the 31 year. DFY has subscribed. I thank you. Let me see. Oh, I can't see it yet, DFY. Maybe it'll take a wee minute to come through. There we are. If you can subscribe, guys, that would be brilliant. Good influence, Scottie. I'm putting the beer away and getting a coffee. Need to keep my wits in case I get my leg pulled. Andrew, pretty quick. You never need to follow me about that. If you enjoy a wee drink, you enjoy a wee drink. But it's a great life when you chuck it. I can tell you. Do you have a dog, says Scaramanga? You'll see him in the picture behind me. Sadly, he's passed away. But that's Lord Reith. It was under Jess. So there we are. How very strange. Right, 30 years. 30 years of Scottie McClue. Gone. We're now into year 31. So there we are. Should I keep going or should I chuck it? Now, my parents loved me and the dancers, says Magnus. Yes, we loved all that. Do you remember Fran and Anna? So there we are. Scottie, my dad said you're a square man. I'm more of a round man, really, nowadays. Andrew is pretty slow. Andrew, pretty quick. Don't, Scaramanga, don't be harsh. You gave an idea when you will quit. Do you have an idea when you will quit? Do you want me to quit? Is it time? Is it time to quit? Fantastic. We've got a great following on TikTok, the guys. Get following as soon as you possibly can. Retire. I don't think we want to retire, Scaramanga. We're too young. Josie and Frossie. Francie and Josie, you mean? Television, 541. Guys, tell us where you're coming on. Who's subscribed? Alex has subscribed. Alex, thank you. Alex has subscribed to the YouTube, guys. Just going to check if he's there. If it's come up yet. Thanks, Alex. That's just amazing. We need another 5 of you to subscribe. So what have we got? Would you go on TV? Yes, I would still go on TV. I'll tell you what I might do. Might shed a few pounds and ask one of the top bosses if I can read a news bulletin, just one, on, say, the BBC or ITV. Fantastic. What kind of car's behind you? That's a P38 Range Rover. Go back to newscasting. Scottie, you're a top man, pal. All the best. GRB, all the best to you. And thank you for joining us. It's just been a real blast tonight. You guys are amazing. I need to have about another 20 followers on TikTok, guys. So you're watching on TikTok, please follow, and we'll shout you out. Eddie's just joined us, the wonderful Eddie Doyle, DINKY-DOO. Fantastic. Guys, tell us where you're from when you're coming on. Are you going off soon? We're off soon, Adam, yes. Another 2 or 3 minutes, and we have to dash off. Or is the night just getting started? Oh, Adam. Well, we started about 40 minutes ago. According to this, it's just turned 39 minutes. P38 with the celebration wheels. That's her. I actually had one at the time. They were Bra Motors. Scottie, is there a delay in the YouTube? I sent this 3 weeks ago. No, there shouldn't be a delay. The wonderful Jerry Thompson says, remember Scottie's shows. Ramsey Nisbet, the Steamy, Hamish Macbeth, bring them all back. Yes, Hamish Macbeth. What about, what was the big one on a Sunday night with Richard Bryars and Susan Hampshire? Monarch of the Glen. Do we remember Monarch of the Glen? Scottie, how art thou, brethren? Eddie, how art thou, Lala? My brother. Did you do? Yay, fantastic. Now, what have we got here? We've finished the tea. Tea's gone, guys. So that's that finished. 40 minutes we've been up. But the night is still young, I say. Dave Allen. We love Dave Allen in the telly. Scotty, the phone line's open. No, but Eddie, if you want a wee call, I'll open them for you, especially for you. Guys, I need another 20, 30 followers. So if you're watching right now, get following and let me know. I'll give you a shout out. Can we all subscribe on the YouTube channel, guys? Let's see who's subscribing. Who's Who 1992. Yay. We love it. Monarch of the Glen. Was Ian Carmichael not in Monarch of the Glen at the start? Was that Monarch of the Glen? Take the High Road. Love Take the High Road. Anybody remember High Living? Anybody remember Garnock Way? Oh, wow. There we go. What was the one that came from Northern Ireland? Glen Rowe. Did you ever see Glen Rowe? Disco Pete's just joined us. Disco Pete says, hey, Scotty, hope you're good. Not been on lately. Been in hospital. Disco Pete, I am so sorry to hear that. Please get strong and well. Guys, Disco Pete is one of the most generous men on the planet. And thank you to Disco Pete. He always sends TikTok gifts and then comes on. Scotty, what's the number again, fella? The number is 0141 628 9795. There we are. Meat says, not looking well, man. Are you not looking well, Meat? What's wrong with you? It's probably just the winter, son. You'll get better. Take a leaf out of Scotty McClue's book. Everybody tells me I'm looking amazing. When King Charles takes the oath at his coronation, do you think he'll mean it, Professor Nupteed? If he didn't mean it, he wouldn't take it. There we are. Glen Rowe was from Wicklow. Ah, right, James. On the telly, did you get it on UTV? Alistair's sending me a red rose. Take the high road. That's right. We're talking about Scottish channels, etc. Who have we got here? Guys, I need some more subscribers. So if we can have another 3 or 4 of you subscribing on the YouTube channel. Dr. Finlay, Dr. Finlay's casebook. Jerry, you're too young for Dr. Finlay. You know, STV, I think, did a later remake of Dr. Finlay. And they did, I think it was Ian Bannon, the late, great Ian Bannon. Superb. He was on it. And who was on it? Dr. Finlay was David. So Ian Bannon was Dr. Cameron. And Dr. Finlay was David. Help me out here, lads. Whiskey Galore, Numpty Heed, the original Whiskey Galore. And there's been a fabulous remake of Whiskey Galore as well. So there are no, I'm 61. You are not Jerry Thompson. You're just a boy. I tell you. Fantastic. But is that amazing? So you remember Dr. Finlay. There we are. You don't look at, I'll bet you don't look at Jerry Thompson. He's laughing his head off here. There we are. Remember Budgie. Now, who was in Budgie? Adam Faith and the late, great Ian Cuthbertson. And Ian Cuthbertson was also Sutherland's Law. Scotty, I tried ringing, but it's saying the person you're trying to call is unavailable. I haven't opened the lines yet, Eddie. If you're ringing, let me open the lines. Guys, Eddie's going to ring us. So we'll open the lines. Where's the Italian chapel in Scotland? It's in Orkney, G. Am I right? And the POWs in an old Nissen hut. And it's beautiful. Alf Garnett. Yes, Alf Garnett. Not quite a Scottish program. There we are. Hang on, Jerry. We've got you there. And Eddie's phoning as well. Right, Eddie? You're live on Scottish phoning. Who's that?
Oh, you know who it is, Scotty.
It's Eddie.
Yeah, I'll give you a clue. Horses.
Horses and Newmarket. Eddie, did you like my... did you like...
you, my dear friend?
I'm fine, my dear fellow. It's so lovely to hear you. Did you like my racing commentary?
The lecture? Oh, aye. All the time, aye.
It must be difficult to be in Newmarket and not attend the races.
Anyway, how's things? How are you, Scotty? How are you keeping?
I'm brilliant, actually. There's a poor soul on saying he wasn't looking well there. So very, very strange. But no, I'm absolutely brilliant. We've got terrible weather in Scotland, though.
Oh, no shit. Down here.
Is it wild down there, Eddie?
No, it's nice down here,
Nice.
Scotty. Looking at a red sky at night, man.
On Cambridge.
You know what they say about a red sky at night, don't you?
You're not a red sky at night. Shepherd's Delight.
Delight. And what's the one about the morning?
Red sky in the morning. A shepherd's warning.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Scotty, you're a man in the know.
A man in the know. Fantastic. Now, there we have it.
A man who you admire, and I'm a disciple as well, right? It was a right old one, say like 1985 or something. I think it was before that, and the title was How to Settle a Divorce Settlement. And who was it? Fred Dibner.
Wow!
Oh, he's brilliant, Scotty, man. He's brilliant.
We love Fred Dibner, actually. Fantastic.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, do you know that man? I didn't get to meet him, sadly. But another one I'd like to have met, I just went down to Lancashire, was Les Dawson. And Les sadly passed away. Remember Les Dawson? And Les sadly passed away, and his funeral was at the wee white church at Lytham. Aye, Les passed away. It was only, I think Les would only be maybe 59, 60.
Aye.
And somebody told me he'd done a show, I think, and he was having a drink with some pals, and somebody said, "Would you like another one, Les?" Or somebody said, "Oh yes, you've got to have some pleasure in life." And then I think the next day he died.
It was good on Blankety Blank, Scotty.
Oh, it was brilliant. I mean, Big Terry was wonderful on Blankety Blank, but Les actually made that program.
Aye.
You know?
Do you remember he used to do the facial expression with the other guy when they were having a comedy sketch? And he would go, oh, it was the two old women.
I'll tell you who that was. That was Roy Barraclough, who became Alec Gilroy in The Rover's Return in Coronation Street.
I remember The Rover's Return.
The Rover's Return, and Alec Gilroy and Bet had it. And Roy Barraclough and Les got together as Sissy and Ada. Fantastic.
But I would like to know your opinion on this, Scotty, right? Now, we're living in 2023.
We are ready, yes.
Now, do you remember the comedian Bernard Manning?
I met Bernard.
Oh, see?
Yes, I met Bernard. Bernard's no longer with us, sadly, but I met Bernard. I went to a charity do in Manchester when I was working at Media City. And I walked in. No, it wasn't the Embassy Club. It was another one. And I walked in, and there's Bernard Manning. I thought, I can't believe it. I'm looking at Bernard Manning. And I said to him, I says, "Hi, Bernard." And he goes, "Hello, son."
Aye. But listen, what I'm trying to say to you is, right, see the stuff that Bernard Manning done as a comedian, right? Now, you wouldn't get away with that today.
No.
Right?
No, you wouldn't.
And I don't want to say it over the airwaves or
no, we can't.
Right?
We'll get shut down.
You've got a comedian, Jimmy Carr.
Yes.
Scotty, the things he comes out with, how does he get away with it?
Well, there it goes. What we'll not do is talk down other people's road. We'll not be doing that road, but no, amazing stuff. Well, I think with some comedians, you just have to keep going until somebody stops you. I mean, they was it one of the theatres, and they banned, I think it was Sheffield, and they said they didn't want Chubby Brown over because his stuff was a bit fresh for them. But I don't know. See, I must be honest with you, Eddie. I've had a huge following for years, right? And there's 2 billion people have heard of Scottie McClue. Now that's not bad.
You in your own Scott FM.
Aye, the old Scott FM, and we had 250,000 every half hour listening. Now, I think I've never really been blue at all.
Aye.
You see?
Aye.
And Scotty, best thing ever you talked about was taxi boundary charges with a taxi driver, says Tracy.
Yes, right, Scott. Now, I don't know if you remember this, right?
Yeah.
Now, you might know, right, because you've had that in many callers, right? You were quite popular, and the show on the radio it was brilliant, man, right? Because life's hard enough, but if you can have a laugh, you know it helps, right?
Eddie, you
but
need
anyway,
a laugh.
Eh?
You need a laugh.
All right. But my dad phoned you in one night, right? And he says, my name's Tim. He says, Scotty, I want to talk to you, right? He says, I'm a taxi driver and I want to talk to you about the smellies.
The
smellies. Do you remember that, Scotty?
The smelly people.
Aye, he said the ones, excuse my language, the ones that piss in the seat.
Oh, aye, the ones that let go in the back of the taxi.
aye. But, aye, man, I mean, like, I like the old school comedians, right? But Scotty, before I shoot the crawl, right?
Yes.
Before I shoot the crawl, right? I was watching last night on YouTube, and it was a Reverend, it was Ricky Filton, right?
Yes.
Reverend I Am Jolly, and another man who you said you had the pleasure of meeting. Yes. He played the part of Jimmy Boyle. Is it David something?
David Heyman.
Aye, I like him.
Now, Eddie. See if you go on to YouTube and you put in Scottie McClue talks to David Heyman, you'll get the whole interview.
Oh.
What about that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Aye.
Scottie McClue talks to David Heyman, and he's fantastic. A great guy and a super actor.
It was the Reverend I Am Jolly. And David was on it, right? And before Ricky Filton came on the set, he would drink the half bottle of gin.
Now, let me tell you, that wasn't the Reverend I Am Jolly. That was the question I was asking. That was the Reverend David Goodchild.
Oh.
So that's what he was called in the very first one. And David Heyman was the floor manager.
Aye.
In the television station.
And a guy came out for the production team, Scott, and he says, right, the old buzzer's just about you on. Is everything all right? He says, aye. And Ricky Filton's like that. He says, just a little bit nervous, you know. He says, a little frog in the throat, here. He says, maybe I should let the frog talk, never mind myself.
That's right. Maybe the frog should talk.
And then David went like that. He says, listen, if you get nervous, just wave to your mammy.
Just wave to your mammy, that's it.
He says, pardon the John Kearney, but you know.
If you'll pardon the John, it goes, there was a man, if you'll pardon the John Kearney.
Aye.
Loved it. There's another great actor. Eddie,
it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
A privilege and a pleasure talking to you as ever. Take great care of your yourself.
Never a chore, Scotty.
Never a chore, Eddie. And Dinky-Doo, la.
Dinky-Doo to you, the new.
That's already in Newmarket in Cambridgeshire, guys. Now, what do we got here? I'm just a bit anxious about the time. We need you, Scotty, on here so people can just chat to you. Even people that stay themselves, because there's nothing in the TV to communicate. At least they can phone into you, Top Man Scotty and Top Show. Jerry, you're a top man and you make it a top show. It's lovely to have you with us tonight. Has just been a privilege, guys. Jerry says the Sweeney was great. The Sweeney, the late great Dennis Waterman, and the late great John Thaw, the old Ford Granada. Jerry, I loved these Granadas. I quite coveted the was it the 2.5 litre 6-cylinder Granada automatic, beautiful, as quiet as a sewing machine. Scottie McClue for MP. I think I should make an MP, guys. You did leave your CV. Leave your CV. Well, my CV. You can enjoy that. I think you pretty well get it online, guys. There we go. Big belter. Spear chopper. Lovely to have you with us. You remember the one with the slinky back on it? Yes, I do. And I remember the first ones, Jerry. There was they brought out another console with the very first Granadas, but then the big square one, I loved that. I thought that was a bit of a gent's car. So there we are. Scotty, do you mind the Carlton motor? I do. The Vauxhall Carlton. Lovely big beast. I think the police used to run them. Yes, the Carlton injection. Was it? And I think the police used to run them. And there was another big Vauxhall. I think it was even bigger than the Carlton, and the police ran that as well. The old Opel Manta, the Capri, the Ford Cortina. Oh, Eddie, now you're talking. Dinky-Doo. Hello. There's Shan says, you were my music teacher. The police used to run the Senator. That was it. That was a Vauxhall, wasn't it? The Vauxhall Senator. And they could catch anything. There are the Lotus Carlton. Ah, Jock. So there we are. Fantastic. Jerry, we'll need to have a car discussion some night. That's always popular on the YouTube and the TikTok. There's Slippy Jimmy says, hi from Mozambique. How lovely to have you with us from Mozambique. Guys, I need another 7 followers. They use the T5 Volvo 2. Yeah, do you remember the Volvo 144? Do you remember the 122? I think that was called a Volvo Amazon, was it? The big square Granada 2.8. My neighbour had a black one with spotlights. Gee, that would be gorgeous. There we are. Up the Royal Artillery from Mozambique. We salute the Royal Artillery, a fine regiment of the British Army. There we are. Ever been to the Transport Museum in Glasgow? See the police car in there? The old breathalyzer kit. Jerry Thompson. I can remember when the Transport Museum was at Pollock Shields in the old tramway shed. There we are. Up Helia in Lerwick tonight. Guys, can we all spare a thought for the Lerwick people? For Up Helia, the burning of the Viking boat. Apparently they're including the women this year for a wee bit of inclusion. Scotty, the old Black Maria. Now, Eddie, the Black Maria, I think, was a BMC van. And it used to turn up to take the baddies away. And the baddies wouldn't dare cheek up to the police like they do now. How did the Flintstones ever get an MOT? Their car had no floor. Professor Numpty, you're quite right. You would have thought they could have riveted a floor onto that. Or even Fred and Barney could have gone out and spot welded it. There we are. Ford Escort RS 2000. Oh, Jerry, now you're talking. I remember a friend of mine, he was actually a professor, had one of them, and he said, you know, you can borrow my car if you like. And my friend said, don't touch it. I said, why not? He said, because you'll write it off. The Ford Anglia. Angela, the Ford Anglia with the wee sloping back that way, is it? But remember, there was a Ford Anglia before that. There we are. Ireland unfree shall never be at peace. Slippy, Ireland's at total peace and it's free. Did you not know that? Ireland went free in 100 years ago. So there, you should have catch up. Maybe, is there not still a newspaper you could read? The Fiesta Dinky-Doo. Ireland has 100% peace now. There we are. Jerry says 1987. Oh, Jerry, now you are talking. Yay. Fantastic. The RS 2000. So that was him. So my pal wouldn't let me borrow the Prof's RS 2000 in case I wrote it off. What was your first car, Scotty? Says Tad the Lad. Tad the Lad, my first car was an Austin A40 Somerset. Now look it up. I had it in Dove Grey. You got them in grey, green, fawn, and black. And I think that was kind of the Somerset colours. Grey, green, fawn, and black. And this one was Dove Grey. It was 1952. It had 1200cc engine, austerity motoring, huge big beast of a car, blue leather seats, a bench front seat, and a column change gear lever, a lovely thing that you changed as you drove. Oh. And it was £20. And I think I ran it for about 2 years. The Morris 1000. Yes, I had one of these. Lovely. £90, immaculate. The Triumph Dolomite. Ah, Now they can shift. Yes, was it the 1500? The 1300 was, I think, the Toledo, and the Dolomite was either 1500. Could you get a 2-litre Dolomite? The Imp was the first of the engine in the boot. It was what they called the Coventry Climax engine, and they were built at Linwood, and it had the engine in the boot. And I had a Skoda Estelle, and that had the engine in the boot. We bought it at the auction, and it was very cheap. And I thought, how come I got this so cheap? And I opened the bonnet. I thought, oh, there's no engine in it. The engine was at the back. You couldn't beat the gasboard minivan. Yes, the Datsun 180B. Remember the Datsun Cherry? Yes, the most Scottish guy ever, says Kay. I thank you, Kay. You're very, very kind. Guys, can you follow me if you're on TikTok? We need follows. Now, have all you YouTubers subscribed yet? Let me just see what's going on here. I need half a dozen subscribers. Oh, right. We need half a dozen subscribers. So if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. It's absolutely free, guys. The Polonais, the Ford Reliant. No, it wasn't a Ford Reliant. It was a Reliant. Reliant made them. You had a Reliant Robin, and you had a Reliant, the three-wheeler. What did they call the three-wheeler that Del Boy had? Hope you're keeping well. We're very well, Steve. FSO Polonais. Anybody remember the Muscovich? There we are. The Capri Pinto 21. Capris were lovely. I bought the Canary van. It was cheap. I see what you just did there. We love it. The blue soft top, Jerry, very, very nice. We love all that. There we go. Now, who have we got here, guys? Another 7 followers, please, on the TikTok. My dad had an Austin Princess. Now, was it a late Princess, Jay? Was it the wedge shape? Because the Austin Princess was originally a limousine on an A135 chassis. The Ford Popular. Now, there were several Populars. You got a Poppy away back to the 1950s. And then you had a little square one. And then I'm not sure what the last one was. I think the last Popular was that little square one. The Austin Cambridge. Yes, that had a 1498 engine, I think, a BMC. Scotty, Flotai, the man, the myth, the legend. Hashtag Flotai, all uppercase, first lord of the internet, just for you, saying Dinky-Doo. Now, who else have we got here, guys? I need more followers. Scotty, you're looking well. Thank you, Space Hopper. We're very, very well indeed. Still a wee bit of a rash from where I took the beard off, of course. But then that happens. And you have to have the temerity to go on air. The Triumph Dolomite Sprint. Oh, Eddie. I think, was that a 2-litre? Oh, no. Was it an 1850? Or a 1750? Have I got that right? I think they might have done a 2-litre Dolomite. They did a 2-litre Triumph 2000. Remember that one? But the Dolomites were very, very quick. Remember the Austin Princess had a cassette. The other model had a big square cassette. Can't remember the name. Jerry, you can. That was an 8-track stereo. These big cassettes had 8 tracks on them. Did you never have a motorbike? Yes, I did. J.D. Donnelly. I started off at 16 on a rally runabout moped. £6 it cost me. It was a belter. Ran it for years. There we are. Yay! Absolutely. The 8-track, Jerry. And 8 tracks, a bit like VHS and Betamax. They were kind of in competition. Do we go down the cassette or the 8-track road? You've got more stuff on a cassette, but 8 tracks sounded great. Scotty, what do you think of the new rule in the army? You can't say sir or ma'am anymore, only the rank. I find that very strange. I don't know what all this is about, because we are very proud of our men, We're very proud of our women. So there we have it. I used to steal scooters from Gustafsson. They don't admit that on here, Steve. I tell you. There we go. The scooters, you had the Lambretta and the Vespa. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. The 8-track, Jerry. Wonderful. Quite outstanding, I say. There we go. Right, more followers, please, guys. Do you remember the old station wagons? Which particular one, Angela? There were several. The Sunbeam Tiger. You're talking motorcycles, Eddie. Yes, what about the BSA 250 C15 Star Sapphire? No, Starfire. Was that right? Star Sapphire was a car, an Armstrong Siddeley, made up to around 1960. Armstrong Siddeley Motors. Beautiful. What the Americans had, Triumph Cub. I remember the Cub. The Cub was a 200, I think. Do you remember the BSA Bantam? The 125 and the 175. And the GPO had them for the Telegram boys. A shout out for my English class table, please. Dinky-Doo, we're big fans. Thank you, Santino. Yeah, it used to go, oh dear. Steve, I'll have to, we'll have to bank you for that. You can't say that nowadays. Right, Steve's had to leave us, guys. There we go. He's gone. The Norton Commando. That was a huge beast. That was a 500. The Norton Commando. The Triumph Jubilee motorbike in black. Oh, Jerry. All the Triumphs. What about the BSA Thunderbolt and the BSA Lightning 500cc? Amazing stuff. I thought you stood to get there eventually. Oh, yes, Space Hopper. We need to get rid of these idiots. We can't have idiots. No room for idiots on here. Nothing but the best for my beautiful viewers. TikTok and YouTube. Right. Who's not subscribed on the YouTube? Let me see. The Norton Commando. Please choose to use them, Scotty. Yes, they did, Jerry. Norton Commandos. 500. Lovely bikes. There we are. But I think, in fact, I'll tell you, the BSA Starfire and the, was it the BSA Lightning? BSA Lightning, BSA Thunderbolt. Chromium side panels on the tank. They were 650s, I think. Amazing. Oh, who's calling? You're live with Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's me, myself, and I. The three wise numpty heat.
You know. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. It makes a change, I know, but I'm doing marvellous.
You're always doing marvellous.
You've cheered me up because you've turned up again unannounced.
I turned up again unannounced, numpty heat. I'm just trying to see. Well, no, I'm trying to see that you're on the ball, you see.
Indeed, I am.
Oh,
listen, I've got something to talk to you about.
Numpty heat, before you do, wait a minute. Space Hopper has just said a BMW 1100 RR, old police bikes, shaft drive. Wow. Amazing.
Well, back a few years.
And Ricky Fulton and the Flawless Man he played. Remember that?
And the goggles, they used to go flying off his helmet.
I like the goggles flying out, and then he used to say to the driver, "Right, Sterling, out the car."
Indeed, he did.
Sterling Moss, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Now then,
that time he pulled up Batman, he thought he was off to a fancy dress party.
What's happening with you?
Right, Scotty, I've got a serious point I want to bring up.
Oh, go on then.
Internet.
Just a minute, 2 seconds before you go serious. Jerry Thompson's having to go. Need to go, Scotty. #1 show. Great show again. Thanks, Scotty. See you, Jerry. Catch you soon. La la. Top man. So there we are.
Indeed. That's Jerry, the driver, the van driver.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry, fantastic.
Scotland's #1.
Scotland's #1 van driver.
Absolutely.
Now then.
Scotty, serious point.
Serious.
It's a the internet, I've been thinking about the internet, Scotty. Do you not think the internet over the last 10, 20 years, it's been stolen from us, you know?
Tell us more.
It's been weaponised against us.
Right.
To start with, Scotty, the internet was fun because you could stream live shows, what have you, but now, look what's been created, a digital environment. And the thing is, that's going to get used against us in the future with this digital currency that's coming, digital IDs that's coming. We're all, we could all succumb to a cyber attack, and then you go to the bank and you can't get money out of the banks because everything, it's so connected to the internet, Scotty. You're being spied on in your house, your televisions. They've got these cameras and microphones that are listening to you. You've got that device that I better not say her name in case I set her off. But you can, the one I'm talking about, the one you tell to play Scotty McClue. Well, she's listening all the time. And everything you say, Scotty, she's storing in some database and it's getting sent back to whoever made it.
Right. Nubjahid, let's take a serious look if this was the case. And I'm not saying it is, but let's say it was, just for talking's sake, right? Most of us are not really saying anything. Remember, there's 8 billion people in the world, right? Only 2 billion have heard of Scottie McClue. Now, you might be impressed by that, but that means that 6 billion haven't heard of Scottie McClue.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm only 25% of the universe have heard of me. Now, with the rest of my life, I would like 100% of the universe to have heard of Scottie McClue and to have phoned, right? Like yourself. So, I mean, people won't know. Well, my point, caller, is that they can't listen in to 8 billion people.
Scotty,
otherwise, we'd all be involved in listening in.
Scotty, I'm talking about my fridge being connected to the internet here. It counts when I'm using the milk.
Aye, all that stuff, of course it does. But you see, the thing is, what are they going to do with the using the milk information, for instance?
Well, they're going to send me another bowl.
Well, that's a good thing then.
And the thing is, Scotty, I'm looking at my laptop here with your Fizzog.
Yes.
But there's a wee camera, a wee pinhole camera looking at me.
Yes.
Yes,
well, that means that you and I could go, if you and I really wanted to, we could go visual now.
And Kim, what else, Scotty, that I've noticed is when I talk about something, for example, say I wanted to go to the moon for a holiday.
The moon, right? Yes. I thought you were tuned to the moon.
I start getting adverts about plane tickets, 5 or 6 to the moon.
That's right. Yes, it triggers, the artificial intelligence triggers, once triggered it. So if I say, right, that's just me away to Guruk now, everybody says, here's an advert for a nice cafe in Guruk.
So see what I'm saying? It's listening to you.
Yes, of course it is, but it always has been.
Well, the thing is, it shouldn't be, Scotty, because
yeah, but let's be honest, would everybody like, all the internet actually is all the computers connected up, right? Now, would you rather we did away with the internet, right? And Scottie McClue went back on the radio?
Yeah, that's a no bad idea. You know, we should lobby the Parliament and see if we can make that happen.
Right.
Because they're that daft in there, they're letting everything else happen.
There certainly are.
So they might bring back Scotty.
They would bring back. That would be the most sensible thing to do. See if the Parliament wanted to gain credibility back. The trick would be to bring back Scottie McClue.
Absolutely. And there's a social media platform out there that's it's been taken over recently by the world's richest man. And already he started making changes. for example, the old president of the United States has had his account reinstated.
Yes, good.
And the new owner of the platform is trying to promote free speech.
Free speech, well, we like that. We're up for that, I can tell you.
Where on the other platforms, including this one, you're restricted to what you can say, Scotty. That's how you can't have a go at the single mother.
I can't have a go at them because they would stop me broadcasting.
Absolutely. Now, we don't want that now.
But I could have a go in the old days because I was thoroughly trusted by my employer.
Indeed, you are.
You see? And I was in charge of that station for 3 hours a night.
And they kept crime off the streets because all the criminals were even staying in.
Everybody stayed in to listen to McClue. So I think if the government want to get credibility back, put Scottie McClue back on radio and television at night. And that's it.
10 till 1.
10 till 1, and that's you sorted.
Monday to Friday, we've got to keep the weekends free in case we want to go out for a drink.
Absolutely. Listen, up to it. I'm going to have to dash because the nation are wanting to go to their bed.
All right then. Well, I better go to my bed because I've got a dental appointment, Scotty, the morning's afternoon, and I'm scared in case I something.
Are you getting your wisdom tooth in?
Oh well, my wisdom teeth in. I see what you did there, Scotty.
Do you see what I just did there? Now listen, before you go up to heat, here's We Create says, this is for you, if we were to really dive in deep, a speaker can work as a microphone. So how long has this been really happening? Now We Create's got a point. I got almost 60 years ago, I got a present of a crystal set, a modern one made in China, I think, or Japan. And it was a wee...
Are you talking about a crystal set?
Yes,
a
radio, right? And you put a little crocodile clip onto the aerial, and you could use the earphone, one of these wee pink-coloured earphones they used to see on hearing aids.
Aye.
And you could use that as a microphone. You unscrewed the wee plastic ear bit and you could talk into it and it worked as a microphone. So We Create's 100% correct.
Well, believe it or not, Scotty, I've done the opposite. Can you remember the wee cassettes?
Yes.
Got the microphone with the wire.
Yes.
And the microphone, if you plugged that into the speaker socket, you used to hear the sound coming the microphone.
Amazing. Yes, that's right. Because they're both, you see, Numpty, to put it very straight, when you talk, your vocal cords vibrate. They're about the size of your thumbnail, right?
Right.
They vibrate at a terrific frequency and start exciting the air. The air then uses that wave of excitement and goes to the other person's eardrum, and it vibrates at the same frequency and understands what you're saying.
Indeed.
And that's your airwaves, your radio airwaves as well.
Right, Scotty, do you know, me talking to you, right? And
right.
We're not using wires.
Nope.
We're using the air.
Yep.
I'm imagining that me and you were in the same room, by the way.
Oh, it's fantastic.
If we were talking to each other, over a kitchen table or something, you know, the sound wave that comes from our mouth to your ears.
Yes.
It's just a gargly noise until it gets to your ear, then your ear and brain decodes those.
They will use the decoder.
Electrical signals from
100%. 100%.
The sound's being carried across.
Yes.
To the ether, you know what I mean?
Yes, and your heart, you see, your heart's electrical, 1/10 of a volt. So your heart uses the 3 sciences. It's got physics, because it's electrical, made by chemicals. The electrical pulse is made by the chemicals in your body, and it's biological because it's your heart.
Very good.
See? So you've got the 3 sciences in your heart.
Indeed.
What about that?
Oh, yeah, well, it's very educational, this show, Scotty.
Oh, when you come on, it's always educational. And the thing is, because because that's what attracts me to radio and television is the airwaves. I think it's brilliant. So the internet's actually old technology because it was wired. It's now becoming wireless for VoIP, voice over internet protocol. But the interesting thing is, I mean, radio is actually miles ahead of the internet. If you had a powerful enough transmitter, we could all just listen in without going on the computer, just pop the radio on.
Indeed, Scotty. Now, listen, I've got a question for you, seeing you're so brainy. I wonder if you'll get it. Now, do you know how they came up with the name bit, as in like computer bytes? Do you know where the name bit came from?
Go on, tell us. I'm interested.
Well, I think you should be, because it's actually 2 words in one. It's binary digit. That's what bit stands for. Binary digit.
So why is it not bid then?
B-I-T.
Why is it not B-I-D?
Bit and byte. You know.
We Create, who's very technical, says we can even tap into the internet through VHF and UHF.
Well, there you are.
Now, Scott FM was an FM, which is effectively VHF, isn't it? When I was wee, VHF used to be just things like the Polis.
Oh, well, I used to listen to the Polis on my stereo.
Well, don't tell anybody that, because you shouldn't have done, but there we go.
But I know, but you couldn't help it, because when you were moving stations, you'd hear them come through. Well,
you did, the VHF. VHF is just very high frequency.
I bet the Polis got more listeners than you.
The Polis loved it, actually, because apparently some old women phoned the Polis when I was on and said, "You want to do something about this man in the radio?" They said, "Oh, we'll have a listen into that."
Scotty, wouldn't surprise me, because people were crashing their cars when you were on the wireless.
They were going absolutely daft. We Create's laughing here. He's thoroughly enjoying it. Now, I'm going to have to dash, but listen. Oh, what else was I going to tell you? Don't go yet. Yes, I had a line. I was one of the first to have a line that I could plug in a box of tricks. And that was a ISDN, digital network. And the digital...
I'm familiar with ISDN.
ISDN, I don't know if they do it now, but that allowed me, with a wee box of tricks beautifully engineered, to talk on any radio station in the world as if I was in the station. That's how good the line was.
Indeed it was.
And that was,
can I let you in a wee secret?
That was through a phone line.
Can I let you in a wee secret?
Well, just between you and I.
I'll tell you when I used ISDN.
Yes.
I'm going back to the early 90s when it first came out.
Right.
And I used to call the numbers at the bingo.
Oh.
And we used to link up with other clubs.
Lovely.
And we used ISDN to call the link.
You would do.
All the clubs.
And
it was like one caller, but 4 clubs are taking part, and we were using the ISDN.
And it would be beautifully clear. You would be amazing. And in those days, you could talk about 88 would be funny, and legs would be funny.
Well, I used to say anyway, up 1.
Wonderful.
And I used to tell them, no copying.
That's right. Do you remember they used to shout legs 11?
Absolutely.
And then it was two ladies, 88.
All that stuff.
All that nonsense.
I noticed you've changed it from the original.
Well, a wee bit. All the 2s, 22.
That's 2 little ducks, and they're not going.
The 2 little ducks, the 22.
Quack, quack. Everybody's gone quack.
They went quack, quack. They loved it. I'll tell you, I bet you were popular.
I feel like cutting you off.
Well, I feel I'll have to cut you off. It breaks my heart.
Indeed it does.
Dinky-Doo, Lala.
Good night.
Good night, La. That's our wonderful numpty. For Edinburgh is a bit of a top man, actually. Wonderful stuff here. How the world has changed. Really sad. We Create sad in one way and celebrations in another. Guys, can I ask a favor of the YouTubers? If you can subscribe to me right now, before I go, I'd like 3 of you to subscribe. That would be such a beautiful thing to do. And if you do that, that would be just amazing. There's over 3,000 videos for your education, edification, enjoyment, and delight. This is Scottie McClue saying to every single one of you, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Set your notifications. Let me know when Scottie McClue goes live. Very, very important. And I'll sing you the goodbye song because you've been so good. Right? So we're going to buy good as in goodbye. Join in after 3. 3. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. Night, night, my darlings. God bless. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.